in Javon's house.
So let's see. Talk. Let me see how loud. I want to make sure because you don't talk quite as loud as me.
Nah, it's just because I had the mic up close, and I realized that last time. I was like, "Damn, I ain't got the mic up close." So you can turn, I don't know, wherever you think is loud enough.
Well, there we go. Let's get started.
Hell is a place in Javon's house.
Yes, man. Today we talking about Black fatherhood, and we want to just take some accountability. But we also want women to understand the more accountable we are, the more accountable they are. Well, I wanted to really talk about Black fatherhood and how we choose to make babies. And I'm going to use you. We're going to talk about your life, if you don't mind. Talk about my life and anybody that want to come on. So explain to the people, how old is your son and how was your son birth? When you and your girl together? Were y'all boyfriend and girlfriend? Were y'all living together? Speak on that real quick.
My son's 15. We weren't really together or whatever. But I mean, shit happens. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of y'all looking at this that got kids by a woman that y'all went with or whatever, right? But when you get responsibilities, you just step up. I was taught to take care of my responsibilities. You don't deviate or run away from anything that you're responsible for. So if you make it, you create it, you take care of it, So that's what I did. It's like it wasn't easy in the beginning.
So let me ask you this. Although you said you slipped up, I want to get into that because niggas just say I slipped up. Were you fucking her raw and had y'all discussed if we have a baby, this is what we would do, or you just was fucking a raw coming in there?
Just doing, just like every other nigga.
Yeah, just fucking raw coming.
After a while, it start with a condom and then the condom come off.
So let's get an average for the fuck of it. How many times do we fuck with the condom before we take it off?
Shit, I don't know. It depends. I say probably about 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3, yeah. For me, and see, I ain't got no kids, so I always been a rubber king. Well, I got a kid now, but I had my kid at 42. Yeah. Now, but I can admit that I have raw dogged some girls and relied on the pull-out method. And I've had a couple of situations where women said that they were pregnant, but I never saw a pregnancy stick.
Yeah.
So I just said, I'll pay for the abortion if you want me to. And they might have just got me for some money. I don't know. But I was so willing to pay for an abortion to not have a child.
Hey man, that's a great money-making scheme. If I was a chick, I'd be like, I'm pregnant. I want to get an abortion. Give me.
I swear for God in heaven, I think I got banged twice. This was in the 90s, and it was like I got hit, seemed like the same goddamn week. And it was like maybe one girl said, this nigga paid for the abortion without seeing the pregnancy stick. I think I got beat over the head. Now let's talk about this because I want to ask you some questions. I want to get an understanding. So when that wasn't your girl,
no,
it was just a chick you was fucking.
Yeah.
Is it a chick that you would have considered going with?
Oh yeah.
You consider going with her?
I mean, like in some ways, even though sometimes we'll say, "Oh, we just fucking or whatever," right? But we still do shit.
Y'all doing boyfriend girlfriend
we still
shit.
Do shit or whatever, right? But yeah, I mean, like it was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, my responsibility, I take care of it. Like, and it wasn't easy. Of course, we had our disagreements and arguments.
Yeah.
But and it was in the age of social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd never like dog her out or whatever just because I might be upset because I don't understand where she's coming from.
One thing, and we're going to get in that to do. I think you're a good father. I think you're a good co-parent. Me and you friends, I've never heard you say a bad thing about your baby mama.
No, ain't no reason to.
You know what I'm saying? And we talked, there's been situations that you disagreed with what was going on, stuff that you may have vented to me about.
Yeah.
But I've never heard you say a bad thing about your baby mama. Before we go into that, I want to address something you said before. You had bought a townhouse and you was remodeling. And I remember you saying,
I was thinking about, I think about possibly like, you know what I'm saying? Like giving it to her. Or whatever.
You said that you would give your baby mama a townhouse. Now, this not going too much into her financial situation or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to get too much into that. But is she straight financially? She a good baby mama? She straight with her?
Yeah, she good. You know what I'm saying? But, it's like when I started taking into account of how much it costs to run that townhouse or whatever, then it changes. It changes a lot. Because like you got the HOA dues, you got the mortgage, you know what I'm saying, the light bill, water bill, clean up, utility, like other utilities and everything. So then when you start getting into the cost of it, I'm like, well, you gotta make this amount in order to maintain this.
Well, this is what the point was. And don't forget, make some eye contact because I be forgetting too.
Oh no, I be looking up.
This nigga said he was gonna give his baby mama the townhouse. And I was like, wow, I never heard nobody say no shit like that. Explain to me what made you feel like you could have it in your heart. I hear guys complain about paying child support, giving a baby mama money. Yeah. Explain how you was gonna or had the mentality to give your baby mother a fucking home paid for.
It's my kid. Like everything I have is going to my kid.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just say I pass away today and they get the house.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the house.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna be like, nah, mommy, you can't stay here, mom. My dad left this to me. You got
but let me ask you something, because if I don't know all the legal ramifications, but if you were to give her your townhouse tomorrow, and you died, ain't it hers?
No, it's his.
Oh, you was just gonna put it in her name, his name.
Everything that I have is willed to him.
Oh, you just gonna let her live in it.
She's his guardian. She's his legal guardian.
Okay.
So if it's left to him, then you know what I'm saying, it's basically kind of hers until he's
he can say, Mom, get your ass up out of here.
Yeah, she can't sell it or anything like that to get rid of it, unless like the bills can't be paid.
But I thought that was a noble thing. So let me ask you this. When she told you she was pregnant, did you want her to have an abortion?
No.
You didn't. So
it's up to her.
Yeah.
Because I don't get emotionally attached. If a woman come to me and say, oh, I'm pregnant or whatever, right? I don't have an emotional attachment yet because I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Your body, your choice, right?
Yeah.
Either you're going to have it or not. I can't sit here and get mad because I'm fucking you raw. So what am I going to be mad about?
Have you ever had any other pregnancy scares besides your son?
No, I had a pregnancy lie though.
How did that
go? This chick I was talking to or whatever, right? I guess in order to keep me, she told me she was pregnant. So, you know, I'm doing everything, walking around, rubbing the belly, making sure she got everything or whatever, right? So I'm saying, hey, Harry, bitch, take a test.
Yeah.
So, you know, I take a pregnancy test. She fighting me about taking the pregnancy. I don't want to take no test. Why you
don't believe me? Bitch, I want to know that you're pregnant. I don't know it's mine, but at least show me you're pregnant.
Let's go to the doctor and get a test or whatever. So then like everything, oh, I'm not really pregnant. Well, why the fuck you telling me you're pregnant?
Let me tell you, since we on that real quick. And this was some funny shit. I was fucking this chick long time ago. I'm just playing. I was fucking this chick and she got mad because she had said, well, I don't like where this going. You married, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So I want to cut this off. And I'm the type of guy, I'm like, okay, man, if you say it, I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah.
Don't call me again because you coming with some bullshit. You knew I was married from day one. So if you say it, I'm going to hold you to it. So, well, this ain't working right. All right. So I said, well, let's just stop talking. Probably about a month later, she started calling me and texting me saying hi, want to get with me. You know me, I don't believe in giving closure. Yeah. I wouldn't respond, right? This woman then sent me a picture with her drawers pulled up on her stomach poking out. Boy, I jumped in the car and ran straight to her motherfucking house. I'm banging on the door. I come to the door. She come to the door skinny as hell. She said, I see that made you respond. I said, bitch, what kind of shit is that to do?
Yeah.
Pull up your pants. I mean, she had on no bra, pulled her pants up, stomach, drawers up over her stomach.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she pregnant.
Yeah.
So that's her way of getting my attention. So I know we play. Let me ask you something. As a man, how many times have you ever heard a nigga say, I'll put a baby in her?
Oh, man, I hear dudes say that shit all the time. I think that's some of the dumbest shit I ever heard.
But we really serious, though.
I know they serious. No, they be dead ass serious. And I still think that's some silly ass shit.
And go ahead.
Like, why on earth would you know what I'm saying, like do that? And I already know why. I'm gonna tell you why. And
you tell them why you think why, and I'm gonna tell you why I think why.
I know why.
Okay.
My dude was like, man, she's so bad. I gotta put a baby in her so everybody knows he don't fuck them.
Ain't that some dumb shit? Now look, you know what happens is after his baby and another baby, the bitch turned into a fat Mildred down at the school. Now he don't want to go to the PTA meeting. He don't want to go to the kids football game.
I beat you at the stove, pick the kids.
He don't want to go. I'm sorry, I'm too loud. He don't want to go to nothing at the school.
Yeah.
Because he don't want everybody to know how big and fat and sloppy his baby mama is. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. So they can be connected to her.
Yeah.
Or think they can get the pussy. So let's talk some real shit, because we're gonna get back into you. You ever heard a nigga say he ain't giving his baby mama no money unless she fucking him?
Yeah.
Speak on that, man. And what's up with that?
And again, it's just like the nigga that say he put a baby in him. Like he already can't get no pussy, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that was giving him some pussy was his baby mama.
What's her?
So now she ain't giving him no pussy. So he's like, I ain't gonna take care of the kids unless you fuck me. Which I'm like, that's stupid.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my motherfucking life. And I see a certain type of nigga do this. Now, this is something I say, and I'm saying this to the women, and we need to have conversations in the Black community. We make unplanned, unwanted babies, and it's impossible to love them.
Yeah.
Now, I think we can take care of them, as we say, step up to the plate and do our responsibilities. But what I'm saying is, the woman is different for a man, because you're not the custodial parent.
Yeah.
So raising, and I want to get into that too, raising your son, there's ups and downs, but mostly you got to be a disciplinarian and a provider for the most part.
You know what's so crazy?
Go ahead,
man?
speak on that.
I'd much rather my son dislike me and hate me than his mother.
Now talk about that, because you said that before.
I'd much rather my son be this, because I'm supposed to be the one to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be the one to say, get the fuck up and wipe yourself off and go on. She's supposed to be the one that says, come on, baby. He's got to have love in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, when we say we love each other, right?
Yeah.
Men and women, they say, oh, I love this person. I love this person. But as soon as that person fuck up, the love is gone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really love that person because it's temporary. Yeah. Love isn't temporary. One thing that's unconditional is the love of a mother.
Yeah.
When your mother be like, well, that's supposed to be any goddamn way.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be whenever you fuck up. When you fuck up, your parents forgive you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that your parents love you because they forgive you when you fuck up. So then when I go out here and I'm dating and some woman says she love me, if I fuck up, she ain't gonna love me no more.
I don't think women are capable of love.
I think they are, depending on what the situation is.
I think women are always in usatory mode, even if it's with their child. So peep this, because I want to talk about this. I remember I had a time in the past where a girl got pregnant, told me the baby was mine, right? When I started wanting to go to the doctor and do the visits and shit, she ghosted me. Now she come back like 5 years later telling me the baby mine, the baby here.
Yeah.
I go to take the blood test, right? When the results come back to me, the bitch didn't even return my call. I think she was just trying to pin the baby on me. Listen to what I'm saying, and so you can get what I'm saying. If men are out here just busting in a bitch, I don't care what happened. That means we don't care if a woman get pregnant or not, right? We really don't care. Essentially, if you just you already know she can. So if we just bust in a woman and don't care what happened, right? And then she gets pregnant, and then she go through a situation. Ain't no woman having no baby by no man they don't want to be with.
Oh, not just that. It's beyond that too.
Go ahead, speak on that.
All right. So let's say she fucking 5 different dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the 5 dudes, the most responsible one is you.
Yeah, she gonna exactly.
Well, the first thing that you're gonna say is the baby belongs to the most responsible male.
And not knowing at all, but that's who she wants to pin it on.
That's who she wants to pin it on because she knows that he's gonna be dependable, he's gonna stick around, he's gonna take care of his responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, if it ain't him, she's like, oh fuck, I got picked from these other 4 motherfuckers. Now, which one's the most responsible of these 4?
But the point I'm trying to make, and the question that I have, if a man come in a woman willy-nilly, not caring, and a woman lay there and let you do it, how can she say this child was birthed in love and I loved it? This is a fucking accident.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm choosing to keep this baby based on if it will keep this man attached to me.
But then that goes back to her feelings of love.
So is she really having a baby out of love or to beat the man?
In her mind, it is love because she has that. Why would she want to be with you?
No, I'm talking about the baby.
No, what I'm saying is think about it though, right? Why would she want to keep you? even though she's keeping the baby thinking it's going to keep you.
Exactly.
So why would she want to keep you?
She may love the guy or want the guy.
Right.
But my point is, when that baby get here and she have that baby for that man to stay connected to that man, and he don't want her no more, now that baby's a constant reminder of a bad decision she made.
But sometimes, even though it's a constant reminder of a bad decision, she might love that guy so much that she's happy she still had the baby by him.
Okay. So if she's happy that she still had the baby by that man, so is that not saying my point? A woman is not having a baby out of I want to be a mother. She's having a baby out of I want to obtain a man. And a man is not making a baby out of I want to be a father. We just yeefing and letting it go.
In some instances, yeah. But then you also have the other instances. It's not like a large percentage, but you have that other percentage.
If they married, I expect them to want to have babies.
You still have that small percentage of women who want to have babies. But think about it, right? They got a thing, a shortage of black male sperm in the fertility clinic, right?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of women. I've had women actually ask me, hey, can you impregnate me? I would like to have a baby. I don't want you to have to be involved or any of that shit. I won't do it because I think my sperm is worth that much and that valuable
that you want to be
that
involved.
I would not let a woman fuck up my sperm.
And see, that's how I say. Now, I want to get into some questions about that since you said that. We're going to caveat into that. When my daughter was born, I was so excited. I was older. I wanted her. I expected her.
Yeah.
We planned it and everything. So I was so fucking excited. And she came home with me from the hospital. And the question I have for you as a non-custodial parent, did you ever go through a phase where you just was down or sad or depressed that you couldn't see your child every day?
Hell yeah. When I moved to Raleigh, because I had to make a transition.
Yeah.
Before I was living here, I was living somewhere else. So I got to see my son every day.
Yeah.
Or whenever I was off from work, he was always around or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I had to do something that was financially better for me.
Okay.
So I ended up moving to Raleigh.
So you couldn't see him every day.
I couldn't see him every day. You know, it's like certain things like taking them to school, picking them up from school, stuff like that. I no longer did.
Yeah.
So of course it makes you sad. A lot of women believe that men don't feel sad when they don't have their kids around.
And that's the question I wanted to ask you, because I want to show men that out here that don't have kids, you will ache and yearn to see those children. I have been in situations where I take my daughter to her baby mama for 2 days and I be wanting my goddamn baby back.
Yeah.
I have been in situations where we went on trips for 7 days, and now I'm like, man, I can't be away from my baby for no damn 7 days.
Yeah.
So the question I have for you in that, what did you do? And did you ever regret when you went through those times where you couldn't see your son every day? Did you ever consider reconciling the relationship with the mother?
No.
Speak on that also, as far as were y'all still kicking it when he was born, or by the time he had born, y'all had realized, look, we was just fucking and now you're gonna have a baby?
I mean, we kicked it for a while after he was born, and it just didn't work out between the two of us. Or whatever, right? We have different, as you know, we were younger then. I think if we was older, it would have been different, but we were younger then. So it was like we were like incompatible at the time. But not being able to see him or whatever, yeah, it was sad, but it's one of those things where as a man, you learn to just deal with it.
You just learn to deal with it.
Yeah, you find different coping mechanisms, but then you also find ways to make up. So like we would take trips to Atlanta. We go take trips like going to see my parents or going to the beach or whatever. We'd be gone during the summertime for like for a week or whatever. So I can get them whenever I want.
I got you.
I could have them whenever I want it or whatever. I just have to make sure that they didn't have anything planned.
Let me ask you something. As a man, if your baby mama would have came to you and dropped your baby off and said, take your son and raise him, how would that have affected you? And do you think you could have did it as a single father?
Yeah.
As far as getting all the daycare and shit, because you'd have had to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think maybe if you're the single custodial father, they might let you get help with daycare and shit like that.
I wouldn't have cared about help with daycare for the most part. Because I have women friends that have kids
Yeah.
That at his age, that I would have been like, look, I'll pay you, because I don't want my son to go in the goddamn daycare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my kid to be in the daycare, because being in daycare is you're around people and he's around people and other kids that have bad habits, and their parents have bad values.
That's another question I have. Issues with, you having a son being raised by a mother. Undoubtedly, at some point, there's going to be a beef with your son and your baby mama. It's just how.
Oh, nah, I nipped that got nipped in the bud early.
Okay, speak on that.
Like I said, my son never went to daycare. He was in the early college program. But one thing is this, right? So it was a time where he had learned how to try to pit us against each other.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways. It wasn't intentional, but it's just like kids. They learn stuff,
yeah.
Right? So me and her would go back and forth. And I said, look, we can't do this, because then he's going to know that if I do this with him, this is going to cause a trigger with her. And then I'm going to get my way in some ways or whatever. I said, we got to be on the same page.
Yeah.
I said, another thing is, don't spank him.
Let you do that.
Let me handle it.
Got to make sure you're on the mic.
Yeah. I said, let me handle it. And the reason I said let me handle it was because I don't want him to have
dislike
towards her.
Yeah.
Also, I told her, I said, when he gets 13, you ain't gonna be able to beat him. My son's 6'2", almost 6'3". He's 15 years old.
Yeah.
He took karate.
Yeah.
She, what I'm saying? Like, she may in her mind say she could beat him.
She'll fight him with everything she got if she had to.
But
they don't understand that.
He ain't gonna hit her back, because we've had these discussions. Boy, you don't talk back to your mama, you don't talk back to your grandma, you don't talk back to your grandparents or whatever. You respect them. Like, you might come to my house, play video games. He be in the room. He be like, motherfucker, y'all kick your ass. Talking on the phone.
Kids,
I don't care. Kids. But I said, whenever you leave out of this house and you leave outside of this room, that shit don't exist.
So I want to caveat. I want to explain some why I wanted to have you on here, and we having this discussion. I hear so many black men complain, and I know ultimately a woman decides if a baby is brought into this world, right? Mm-hmm. But if you don't leave your seed in no bitch, she ain't got nothing over you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a situation. Halal Hickman, we're gonna bring you in a little bit and have you to speak your mind too, brother.
You know what I say, man? People shouldn't do things they can't afford.
Having kids.
If you can't afford it, like you
don't need to be busting in no bitch if you know you can't afford a baby.
I hear people say broke niggas don't deserve pussy, right? And quite honest with you,
it's kind of true.
It's kind of true, because if you fucking with a broke dude, right?
Yeah.
And you get pregnant, right? Who's gonna take care of the kid?
Uncle Sam help out and get them kids right there, and he get them kids right back in the form of prison, or either the mother just turn into a baby factory, the daughter turn. This is what I want to say. I have no sympathy for a man who put his seed in bad soil. Now, I grew up on a farm, and I want to give the analogy, and this is what make brothers mad. Niggas said I was bashing him on TikTok. I hate niggas now, man. Niggas use the same term as women. Back in the day, somebody said, out here loose with that dick. Now you got all them goddamn babies, and nigga be like, yeah, you right, dog. Now, nigga, you bashing me. But as a person that grew up on a farm, there's certain soil, certain plots on our land that's real stony, is real rocky.
Yeah.
So we got to till the soil over and over. It's certain parts that don't hold water well. So we might have to have irrigation from the pond, water that land. It's certain parts that grow weeds all the time. It's certain parts where the bugs are fucking bad. So as a farmer, when you plant your seed in soil, you have to plant your seed in the best soil that's conducive to what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Now, you can plant your seed just willy-nilly in a woman. I just came in her, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's going to tell what kind of farmer you got to be. You might have to be over there every day picking your son up from school. You might have to be watering her every day. She might be full of fucking weeds. I don't think a man should have the right to complain about his baby mother. That's just me. Now, a mother complaining about a baby daddy, it's a little bit different. She was in love. She was emotional, all this. But as a man, when you put your seed in a bitch, anything that come with that, come with that.
It's a reflection of you. But here's the thing: I don't think either one of them should complain about either one of them.
Well, we know women gonna complain.
No, I don't care. We know they're gonna complain.
Yeah.
But let's be truthful. You chose this guy
to have this baby.
You know what I'm saying? You chose to sleep with him.
Well, let me ask you this. This is where I give women a little leeway. And I'm gonna tell you why I give women a little leeway. But look, I'm gonna tell you why. I see you understand, but let me tell you why.
Okay, go ahead, man. Fuck with you.
The man does the initial your seed in her. That's the first step. The woman and the man can be together in a committed, loving marriage. Once the baby come, they can break up. Things can change. So a woman can literally use the excuse. She can use this excuse.
That's the point. That's the key word.
But listen to what I'm saying. It's an excuse, but it's also true. A woman can say, this man changed. That man can't say that fucking soil changed. That fucking soil was what it was when you busted it.
Nah, it's not necessarily not true because people can put up a front.
Well,
women
if you get really, food, you get food.
Think about this, right? You said, hey, look, you said it on your podcast.
Don't use my words against me. That means that I don't like that because that means I can't be right if you go. That's why I fuck with this nigga. He don't use my words against me, nigga.
This is what you said, though. You said women, whenever you get ready to leave a woman, she'll start crying. Will you leave me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know that she full of shit.
We know that's some bullshit. So why I'm gonna put my seed in that bullshit?
Hold on. But you ain't never seen that shit yet.
You mean a guy's first time seeing a bitch cry over?
You ain't seen some of the shit yet because she's still like, I'm gonna be this loving, caring woman. But then,
so you're saying the crying could turn into cutting and stabbing?
Yeah.
Boy, I just feel like the first step. I believe in science. And I'm a realist.
Okay, believe in science, and let me tell me your science because we about to get in it. We about to get in some shit, y'all. If y'all ain't tuned in, you better tune in now because we about to get in some shit.
All right, I believe in science. In our balls right now, there are 1 billion sperm, and they are male or female in our balls, and they swimming around alive.
Right.
Life is in us. So when you choose as a man to say, I want one of these sperm in my balls, which is already alive, to grow and cultivate into something. When you go pick a bitch and nut in her haphazardly, you ain't got no goddamn excuse if the bitch turned into a crackhead, bro. What I'm saying is, as a farmer, okay, I'm gonna make it clear. This is gonna be good for you. As the nutter planting the seed, you're the farmer. So you gotta farm that bitch. Either way, the bitch could be mean, vindictive, angry. The bitch can be sad. The bitch can be depressed. But that's your seed. So you got to farm that motherfucking seed.
Okay, look.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why your farming analogy is fucked up.
Okay, go ahead.
Because soil don't get to choose the farmer.
You're making my point. The farmer chooses the
listen
soil.
Listen to what I'm saying. Soil don't choose the farmer. A woman chooses the farmer.
No, they don't.
Hold on. Like you just said.
Bitch can't choose shit unless you busting her. My bad, go ahead.
Hold on again, right? Like you said, right? A woman gets to choose who she's gonna have that baby by, right?
If he busting her.
Listen to what I'm saying though. If she busts him, see a soil.
That's the first step.
Hold up.
He got the busting.
Hold up. A farm, if you till and soil a farm, the farm can't just choose to abort it. Now, if the soil already bad, it just ain't gonna grow. But the soil don't get to just abort the fucking seed you planted off of its own choice, off of its own recognizance. Whereas with a woman, she can choose to abort that seed. So let's say you go on ahead and you say, I'm gonna plant my seed, I'm gonna get this bitch pregnant.
I'm saying don't get a bitch the choice.
Hold on. She gets pregnant. Now she has a choice, unlike the soil. So that's what makes her different from farming.
Well, no. Let me give you an example.
I know your example.
No. Listen what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
I grew up on a farm.
I understand that.
So a farmer as a man can buy a plot of land with fucked up soil.
Right.
And he just got to work extra fucking hard to grow on that soil because that's all he got. So what I'm saying is, once A woman is soil. A man has a seed.
Yeah.
A woman has the final say if she want to abort a baby or not.
Right.
But if you strap up and don't put your motherfucking seed in her, she ain't got no say over nothing.
Right. But it goes back to, again, the same thing, right?
Go ahead.
Everybody has a choice. Think about this, right? Here's the duality of this. Here's the duality of this. Because we're talking about men planting their seed.
Which is today. That's today's discussion.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, it's beyond just the seed because there are a lot of things that a man can plant.
Now, what the fuck are you talking about, Jamal?
So, like you said, if a man straps up, he don't give her the choice, right?
Yeah.
So think about this. If a woman is allowing you to bust in her, allowing you to fuck her raw.
Yeah.
She's already saying, I will have a baby by you.
Or she's really saying, I want to feel good. I don't know if I have a baby until the time come. And if you see what I'm saying?
Okay, but she's okay with getting fertilized.
The same way as a man.
Right.
We said earlier, we take that rubber off after the second or third time.
Right.
And we start busting.
But it has to be consensual.
It does.
You don't just choose by yourself to off and she say, put it back on. What you gonna do?
You gonna get another rubber.
Right. But if she don't say put it back on, she is consenting to you fertilizing her.
Now listen to what I'm saying, Jamal. You are correct. She is consenting.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this. I have been in this situation with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in this situation with a woman. The woman that I told you I paid for the abortion for, let me tell you the discussion. We talked. A woman gonna want you to take that rubber off after the second or third time. And this is another discussion. We're gonna have some women to come up and speak on this one day.
Yeah.
If you hit that pussy twice with that rubber and y'all have a good sex section, that woman ready for you to take that rubber off that second and third time because she like, I want you to know how good this pussy really is. Mm-hmm. And I want to feel how good that dick really is because we fucking good. So what she's saying is, and you as a man, you want to feel raw pussy. She want to feel raw dick. Ain't nobody verbally consenting that we could have a baby. However, we know this. However, now watch this. Me and the girl, we fucked a couple of times. Pussy was good as shit. And it got to the point where she started drying out with the condom. You know what I'm saying? Then she said, I'm allergic to latex. You know how many bitches tell us that shit? That mean they want us to fuck them raw, right?
That's why you get the skin condom.
Yeah, the skin. XL black skin. They got a lot of them. But here, peep this. Two people have really decided we want to feel some raw sex. You don't go into the conversation of what if, but I'm an asshole. I do.
Yeah.
So she want to feel it raw. I want to feel it raw. I said, look, now just because we want to have some goddamn raw sex, I'm going to pull out, but that pre-cum on the tip of the head could get you pregnant. What if you get pregnant? She said, I don't want no kids right now. I really don't. I said, me either. So I started busting in the motherfucker full speed because we didn't say this. Yeah. But when she got pregnant, she switched up on me because she liked me. I put myself at her vulnerability to have that baby or not. And because I didn't want, I paid that money. So how is not the first step in conception our fault?
Now let me say something.
Go ahead.
And it might be true that she was pregnant or whatever, right? That might have been true. But if she's pregnant, if she's pregnant and she's gonna get an abortion because she don't want no fucking kids, she don't need your $150.
Man, I'm young and I don't know.
No, listen.
I get what you're saying.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? Any woman that gets pregnant and does not want a child, for the most part, I'm not saying this and all because your case might be legit, right? The majority of the time, because I know women that have had multiple abortions, they never tell the dude. They never tell the dude. You know why they don't tell the dude? Because they really don't want the kid. And they know if they tell that dude, it's a chance that he's gonna be like, well, I want the kid or whatever. And then they're gonna start feeling some type of emotional way about it, where they don't want to give it the kid because this man said,
let me interrupt you for a sec. Let me see, can I do this in real time? Hey, Chris, can you bring me a beer if you're watching, sweetheart? But peep this. What I'm saying, The first step in conception, because we're talking about fatherhood, and we're talking about men busting in women willy-nilly.
Right.
We're talking about, I'm saying to women, and I would tell my daughter, if a man will come in you and y'all ain't discussed abortion, pregnancy, or what, he don't care if he have a child before it get here, and he ain't gonna care when that motherfucker get here.
And what I would tell my daughter is, do not have unprotected sex with a man unless you are ready to deal with the consequences that come along with it.
But they have an outlet. A woman can abort a baby or get that bitch away.
I understand that. I understand.
We don't have no outlet.
Listen to what I'm saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you're talking about, if I had a daughter, I got nieces that I talk to.
Yeah.
Do not have sex, unprotected sex
unless
with a man,
you're ready.
Unless you're ready, because guess what? They might have an outlet, and then some of them, they have been programmed and pushed, because think
religion,
about how many,
they may not want to have an abortion.
Think about how many black men are saying, y'all women shouldn't be aborting these babies, y'all killing the black baby, blah 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 blah, right?
I get that.
And they're being shamed into, because there's another one of those trigger words, right?
Yeah,
but it's a true trigger word. They've been shamed into having kids. Think about a 15-year-old girl out here, right?
Yeah.
How many people think it's okay for a 15, 14, 13, 16-year-old girl to truly give birth to a baby at that age?
Man, they have fucking parties for kids, and
right. Listen, I'm not,
but they also can get in that, whether a side note, the only thing a minor can do without his mother's permission is get an abortion.
Have a sex change.
Exactly. The weirdo shit.
Yeah.
But that's the point
I'm
I'm
not
making.
Gonna speak and call it that right now, but I don't want to get flagged. Cut the shit, Jack. That's a flag. But no, but what I'm saying is this, all right? It's so many people out here that are so happy when a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid gets pregnant.
Have a baby.
And I'm not, that's your right to be that way. I'm not, whatever. In my world, and the way I view it is, you already set that kid up for failure because they have no type of skill. What the fuck are they going to do at 15, 16, 14? I already told my son, I said, look, you go out here and have unprotected sex and make babies if you want to, but I won't be taking care of them.
Well, look at it like this. Let's say if we was talking to the black race, to the youth, and we just literally we know motherfuckers gonna want to feel that skin. Motherfuckers gonna want to feel that skin, right?
And you know what?
They want to feel that bottom vein, and when that mushroom head, when that head swell up.
Hey, I want to buy a Bugatti.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying. You get the point. People gonna fuck raw, and I'm talking to my students. My students used to say shit like this. I used to be like, y'all fucking raw, this, that, and the other. And they used to say shit like,
thank you.
They used to say shit like, Mr. Clark, they got a cure for AIDS now. Only thing you can't cure is herpes, and that's just a bump on your dick or pussy. So this was 15, 20 years ago, when my students were saying they gonna fuck raw, they not scared of AIDS because you can get medicine. And the only other thing you can't cure with a shot is herpes, and they call that a cold sore on your dick.
Now let me tell you about your.
But let me finish what I'm saying.
All right.
So folks is going to fuck raw.
Let me tell you.
So what do we tell the men? Who do we say bottom line? Hey, since y'all gonna fuck raw, and we know y'all gonna fuck raw, and y'all ain't scared of no STDs, in order to prevent babies from happening, women, y'all need to abort kids, or men stop coming in hoes.
No, this goes back to last week's discussion. The absence of fathers. This goes back to that discussion. If you look at, like, my sisters were in their 20s when they had kids.
Okay.
They were in their 20s when they had their kids.
Mine
right?
too.
And
they would still felt the shame. My sisters didn't want to tell me they got pregnant.
Well, my sister, like, they got all their kids by the same guy. Or whatever. My older sister still with the same guy she had the kids by.
Mm-hmm.
She been with him for 20-something years. They ain't married legally, but they married. In her mind, she like, we married. We just don't do it on paper.
Exactly.
Or whatever, right? So it's a benefit for them. But at the end of the day, or whatever, right, it's still about the absence of fathers. Because what man is not going to tell his daughter, don't be out here fucking fucking these dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you out here fucking, but if you gonna fuck, protect yourself.
Do you understand the cause of the absence of fathers, Jamal? It's because men is nutting and bitches willy-nilly
again
and not want to be around them.
Again, this all, let's take a timeline, right? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Let's take a timeline. The majority of these men were born when?
In the 70s and 80s.
So what is so prevalent about that time frame?
Niggas is fucking wrong. Don't put it on crack, man.
No, ain't nobody talking about crack, bro.
Okay. Ain't nobody talking about put it on crack.
We're talking about welfare. We're talking about Section 8 housing.
Yeah, welfare.
Right?
I was about to say, if this nigga put it on crack, I'm gonna turn the goddamn table.
No, we ain't even talking about crack.
Welfare.
We're talking about government policies. So
yeah, I want you to get into this.
So let's
get into this because you got a real vibe on this, and I really want to rebuttal you. Go ahead, explain this.
So we look at World War II. What happened after World War II? We brought all the German scientists over here. The German scientists perfected psychological warfare. They understood something because they created the ghetto. That's the ghetto. That's where it comes from. It comes from World War II, from the Germans and all that shit, right? So the German scientists already perfected psychological warfare. So with that being said, they understood removing the male from the household creates a docile male and a promiscuous female. So in the 1960s, 1965, housing and urban development became a thing. And they told the black women, hey, come here, New York, Chicago, LA, Detroit, DC, and those areas, the big cities, and we'll take care of you. You have a house to stay in, food, and the school right down the road. Also, there are great opportunities, but the opportunities really wasn't that great because guess what? Black women still weren't getting paid the same as white women, even after civil rights.
But will you admit this on camera? When they first built the projects were for married couples.
Poor white families.
Okay.
Don't say married, poor white families.
But they allowed the white man to be in the house.
Poor white families, right?
So, but look, keep go down your timeline because you're walking right into the spot.
So they created the ghettos. They created those project housings for poor white families in the 1920s. That was part of the New Deal. FDR, right? But then they decided to move these white people out into suburban areas.
No, white people used them for what they were for.
No, they
got
did
better
not.
jobs and bought houses in suburban areas. That's what happened. Don't say they moved them out. Those people had jobs and moved out.
I am telling you now, those houses were made for poor white families that were working in factories in New York.
I agree with you.
We just did this. I just did this.
I agree with you.
I just did this in my whole college, in my last course in college, right? And modern technology and the advancements of technology, and we was talking about the industrial revolution, and we was talking about how the people that worked in these factories, this is how women started working in factories. Women started working actually in the 1910s,
and they got their weight up and could afford to move out. Don't make it like they just gave them a way out, Jamal.
Again, because those poor white families did not make it out. When you go to the projects, you ever seen the White Project?
I haven't.
You know why? It's called the trailer park. And we also have Section 8 housing for white people, but they look like really, really nice apartments.
We don't want to caveat on the history lesson.
I'm not caveating. What I'm saying
the point is, we know your point that you're going to make is this, because people watch it. The point, because we do this.
The point is that the family, the structure,
it's broken down because of the government.
Was broken down, right?
I get it. So that's your point.
So that starts in the 70s, right? All these men that you're talking about that was just out here nutting them bitches did not have a male around in their house.
That's correct. Now, let me say this. So I want to show that I understand my boy. I just cut him off a little bit because me and him, to me, he's long-winded. To him, I talk too much. So this is our relationship.
He's long-winded, basically.
No, I'm not. I cut him off and got to the point. The government incentivized black women having babies because they can get a place to stay. Their babies could get food stamps, a welfare check, child support, and free Medicaid. So that's what you're saying, right?
That was the benefit to black women.
Black women.
The benefit to the government is it starts to support the industrial
prison.
complex of prison.
Okay.
So let's look at the prison system before 1975, before the mid-1970s, the early 80s. And it was less than like 20,000 people in the United States of America incarcerated. When you look in the 1980s, there's a huge spike.
What he's saying is this, so I can make it speed up. The government gonna pay for them little black boys. They gonna keep their teeth good. They gonna give them Medicaid so they can get them back in jail. And the government gonna pay for them little black girls because those girls is gonna turn up being project rats having babies. So we on one accord. We agree.
Yeah.
Now watch this. I'm gonna go back to your original point, and this is the perfect thing. You set yourself up for this.
If you say so.
Notice how you said you didn't plan your child, but when he got here, you want to do what? Step up and do the right thing.
Right.
Now, do you know how many niggas is busting in bitches willy-nilly because they know the government gonna take care of them and they don't gotta step up?
Okay, guess what? But understand, why did I step up and do the right thing?
Because you got a good heart and you're a good person.
And why else? But why do I understand taking care of my responsibilities?
You had a father.
Okay, I had a two-parent household. I had a dad that said, when you make up,
that's perfect.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
the point is you got a good heart.
I know it does not matter. It does not matter.
If you busting a bitch willy-nilly, you're gonna do right? It
don't matter which woman I impregnate, I am going to take care of my responsibility. But
that's my point.
My point is this, though, right? It goes back again to the household and the structure. I was taught to be accountable for my actions.
And I'm glad.
So what I'm saying is those dudes that are out here that are fucking these women and busting nuts and
they weren't.
Kids, they weren't.
But watch this. And you know why they weren't. The same way heard men say, I'll put a baby in that bitch just because she got a fat ass. You know how many niggas I done heard say, I said, well, what if she get pregnant and had a baby? And they said, well, Uncle Sam gonna take care of the baby anyway.
Right. Why do they believe?
Because they low life dirty motherfuckers without daddies.
And where do they come from?
Low life dirty motherfuckers with no daddies from the project.
It's just the same as women. Now check this out. Now, a lot of people don't look at stats and they don't look at numbers. Mm-hmm. If you look at from the last 10 to 15 years, we have a lower teen pregnancy rate. Mm-hmm. We have a lower incarceration rate.
That's because women don't even want to have babies.
Let me finish. Let me finish. That's neither here nor there.
There's some reasons to that. Go ahead. Make your point.
You have a low incarceration rate amongst black men. You have an uptick in black men and black women.
We've been legalized.
We have an uptick in black men and black women entering into the college sector, right? Now, before the 2004, 2005, if you were a child living in Section 8 housing, once you turn 18, you had to be the fuck out. It don't matter if you went to college or not.
Yeah.
You had to be the fuck out. Now, if the woman didn't have no more kids, guess what? She got to get out.
She got to get the fuck out.
So that means, guess what women were telling their daughters at 16?
Have babies.
Exactly, right?
But they can't if these boys ain't busting.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying. Before 2005, from the 1970s all the way up to about 2003, 2004, you would hear black mothers tell their daughters at 15, 16, girl, you better get ready to pop some babies out or find a man to take care of you because you turn 18, you got to get out of here. I can't keep you in here because.
Let me say something real quick. And this is a side note, what you speaking on. You know how many women I have heard who have babies in the projects whose kids are turning 18 and they 38 and women are saying, girl, have another one because you got
I was getting ready to get there. You look at women who
so if women are making babies for provision, for government assistance, we need to be telling men more. Hey, man, don't put your seed in them dirty bitches, man.
Here's the deal, right? Now we talk about the 18-year-old boys and they was raised by their mamas and stuff and they get out here and they sell dope. Well, when they turn 16, 17 and their mama telling them, I don't know what you're going to do, baby, but you got to get out here 18.
They go fuck a bitch so they can move
in. They either find a chick in the projects they can move with. Are they standing like in a abandoned house, the bando, and they selling dope?
Yeah.
Because they ain't got nowhere to go. They ain't got no skills. They can't really get a job, and McDonald's ain't gonna pay you enough.
I need some tattoos on my arm, man. Your arm look cool.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. But you know, like, so you have to look at that, right? So in 2005, 2003, 2004, somewhere around there, the government said, hey, if this woman is getting Section 8 housing and her kid goes to college, she can stay,
live longer,
and the kid can stay, and she can still get the subsidies as long as the kid is going to college.
And they have the knowledge of financial aid. Oh yeah,
right.
It's always a hustle.
So
with
now
us.
I started seeing black women in the projects start to say, my baby going to college.
Yeah,
girl go to college. Why? Because she knows I got another extra 2 or 3, 4 years staying in here, and they got another little one coming on up. So
check this out. We want to bring some people in. But as I leave the link up, I want to get back to the focus of the conversation because we still on point. What we really saying is women ain't going to abort them kids because them kids is a bag. But watch this.
For some of them, yeah.
But in every culture, this is the thing our black women won't admit. In every culture, the Chinese woman say, "You must have nice hips because if you have baby for man, you get married." A baby makes sure a woman's pussy is basically supposed to be what provides for her. That's what we don't understand in the Western culture. Or we understand it, but we won't admit it.
We just don't like it.
Yeah, we don't like it. So in every culture, if you can't have no babies, they ostracize you. They say God cursed you. Because it's like, if you can't have no babies, you got to be a fucking nun.
All right.
Or go to a convent or some shit.
You get into science?
No.
No, this is a part of it.
Go ahead.
This is a part of it, right?
Do it.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
Do it now. Yeah, Beavis. What is the main point or purpose of human beings being on this earth?
Like anything,
baseline.
Reproduce
anything.
Right?
So
viruses,
so everybody's
diseases.
Everybody's purpose on earth is to reproduce. Now there are some people who cannot reproduce,
and they think you as an outcast.
Now this is gonna get some people pissed off and mad as shit, but if you're able to reproduce and you do not reproduce, then you did not fulfill your basic purpose on this earth. Your purpose is not to build walls and buildings and houses, and because money. If we don't have another generation coming, what the fuck are we building for?
Now, let me say this real quick. And this is why I had a daughter in my 40s, because I was like, I don't want no kids. I ain't busting in no woman. I don't want no woman to have control over me. I didn't have a father growing up. But watch what you just said. When I turned about 37, 38, I started feeling not like a man without a child. Something happened to me psychologically. And it happens to us as we get older, but it happened to women when they're younger, since we're talking about science. Yeah. It's time for them to make them babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they so apt to have them babies. So men need to be extra careful. But the point I'm making is, I got to the point where I was like, yeah, I done had girls say they pregnant by me. I done paid for abortions or whatever, but do my dick work? No, let's be real.
It's turned off.
No. We talking real. My friends had started saying, "Grub, is you shooting blanks?"
His penis was turned off.
Yeah, think about this. No, we talking real.
I know we talking real. Yeah. Your penis was turned off.
I just don't want to acknowledge his joke right now.
You don't want to acknowledge that his dick was turned off like that.
No, it wasn't turned off. I just wasn't busting in bitches.
Yeah, exactly. His sperm count was turned off.
No, listen, like you said, if you don't make babies before you leave this earth, either you couldn't find the right person or your shit don't work. Huh. Your boing ain't shooting, or a woman is barren. Yeah. So this is the point I'm making. The innate man in me was like, and my friends were like, "Hey boy, you shooting blanks? Do your dick work?" And I was like, y'all do know y'all accidentally shot in a bitch and made y'all babies. Y'all didn't plan this shit. Like, I remember when I had niggas that asked me, "Boy, do your dick work? What's wrong with you? Why you ain't making no babies?" And I said, I remember when you made your baby and you wish that motherfucker won't hear. You hated your baby mother. That shit was an accident. Now you gonna question, do my dick work because you made a frivolous misdecision?
You know what's so crazy though? Sometimes when you do make an accident or you do make a mistake, it turns out in your favor, because it's like as you grow, you get older and you grow, and you start to realize things, right?
It make you a better person as a man.
In some ways, but then also like when you start to understand duty and purpose or whatever.
Yeah. I'm
not like being the husband, being a dad, probably in my world, in my train of thought, is more fulfilling than probably being the husband.
Of course.
You know,
because being a father is what you just said. It's science. Being a husband is a construct.
Right.
Motherfuckers was making babies and father and mother before husband and wife was existed.
Right. Yeah. So it's like that whole idea, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, though, in my humble opinion, see, we done fucked up. We fucked up in society where we've convinced people that we've convinced like a 25-year-old woman or in a 40-year-old man or a 35-year-old man, oh, he too old for you, right?
Yeah.
But in all honesty, the perfect person for a woman that's 25
it's an old motherfucker.
Is a dude that's in his 30s to his early 40s.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because he's at his financial peak.
Yeah.
And she's in her prime of childbirth.
But you know what? Think about what you just said scientifically. Back in the day, it was lower because when she hit puberty at 14, and he was 30 or 25, it was a ceiling to finances. So you just was gonna be an agrarian motherfucker farming and with a mule anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, but Chris, can you bring me one more brewski? I'm having a good time on camera. But let me make this point. I started feeling less than a man without a child. And I had raised 2 stepsons. I got 3 goddaughters I raised. And it just was like something innately. So what I'm saying is I avoided coming in women and fucking raw my whole life because I didn't want to make no kids willy-nilly because I didn't want a woman to have control over me like that. Man, I've seen motherfuckers cry in so many ways. And when they cry, I laugh. I swear to God, when a motherfucker crying over some shit that he could have controlled, I be laughing, and I don't want to laugh, but I've seen niggas plant their seed in a woman that'll say, you can't see your kid unless you dropping off some shoes or sneakers or blah, blah, blah. Women that hold a baby against the kid. Women that, I've seen niggas go through child support. I've seen niggas go through being good men, doing everything right. And I just be like, you bought that piece of land, that soil, and guess what? Growing up on a farm, this shit is rocky.
Can I ask you something? On average, those men that you're talking about with the women, on average, how many children did those women have? Were they the first baby?
They were dirty butt bitches that got 4-5 kids.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? And I'm not knocking anybody that, you know what I'm saying, dates women with children, you know what I'm saying? Because, if you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you ain't got kids, it's even better because you don't have your own responsibilities.
Yeah.
Right. But for a man that has children to go out here and deal with the woman who has kids,
you fucking up with your own legacy.
You messing because now I'm taking money out of my own kids' mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it in somebody else's kids' mouth.
Yeah.
As well. So like, here's the crazy part, right? If you get with a woman, she's gonna hold you responsible for a kid. Now imagine you're in a situation where your kid needs a pair of shoes or something from the doctor, right? A doctor's appointment, and her kid needs a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Which kid are you taking care of?
You're gonna take care of your own goddamn.
You're gonna take care of your own kid. Now, how you think that woman that you with is gonna feel?
She gonna act like a bitch.
She gonna be mad as hell. Why? Because you're taking care of your own lineage. You go through a lot of issues when you already have a kid and you're there for your kid and you will support your kid more. And then also it brings a feeling over the other child, because when my kid is with me and we're there with her kid and my son or my daughter is like, dad, and doing all this hugging and shit, they feel some type of way. Because
so let me ask you something. And I'm gonna ask you some real shit right here on camera as a man. You got a son, you got shit set up in his name for his lineage, right?
Yeah.
That's your son, right? Do you fuck raw now?
Hysterectomies and
well, you got a hysterectomy, nigga?
No, not me. I'm just
you only fuck bitches with the IUD, the little thing down in the pussy that cut your dick.
Or whatever, right?
Hey, look, that's something a lot of niggas don't understand on camera. Like that IUD down in that pussy, you get down in that pussy, it'll scrape your dick head up. And that's when you know a bitch lying. Bitch, you got an IUD down here. She be like, But so the point I'm making is, if you was to go out here and fuck some raw just for fun, and that pre-cum, if you pull it out, I'm assuming you pull out, and that pre-cum on their head because you were and got pregnant, do you acknowledge that would be cutting your son's legacy in half?
No, not really, because that's another part of my legacy.
So you just, but it's a mistake.
It don't matter. It's still a part of my legacy. It's still my kid.
But see, that goes right back into you having a father, stepfather growing up
And
who
my biological
says,
father both.
that's why I said a father and a stepfather. Yeah. That you gonna do right regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some men might be like, the child that he had first or the child he had by his wife is his legacy. And he then went out and fucked off on his wife and had a bastard child. Now he feel like he cutting the legacy in half. So what I'm saying to you is,
keep on.
What I'm saying to you is this. Bottom line, when the rubber meets the road, we start the cycle just by saying, you know, when you busting a bitch and you hold that dick to the bottom.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that whatsoever. I agree with that wholeheartedly, but at the same time, it's still a dual consensual thing. Because you telling me this is what
are we gonna trust our race? And I don't mean this. I don't mean to be funny. And I'm gonna say this, looking dead at the camera. Listen, as men, are we gonna trust our race and our future on a bitch's mind to make a right decision? I mean, really, just answer that. No, be honest.
No, I mean, no, we're not.
Okay, so we know we need to not come in these hoes.
But this is the thing, though, right? I mean, like at one point we could say this was like a thing that was prevalent in just our community. I will agree with you 1,000%. But me being out in this world and I come in contact, I'm friends with people of all different backgrounds and ethnicities and shit, and dealing with women with all ethnicities and backgrounds.
Everybody do it.
This shit, like, I mean, goddamn, look at our president, our vice president. Look at our whole judicial system. Look at our judicial system, our Congress and shit like that, right? And look at how we're pushing certain agendas. I don't want to talk about them, but we can see certain things that are being pushed. And we know that men aren't pushing this shit. So that means that women are having more control. Women have more power than what women actually understand.
But do you understand that men made laws to protect women from loose dicks? So listen to what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Men tried to make laws to protect women, but women said, I don't want the, like, it's kind of like an oxymoron. It's an oxymoron where they're saying we need to be protected, we need to be this, we need to be that, but then they saying fuck you,
that's
just,
don't need y'all. But look, that's just a bitch being a bitch.
Right.
But men made laws to say, hey, listen, if you go out here and skeet in this woman, you can run off on the plug. We're going to find your ass down, track your ass down, make you pay some goddamn child support and back taxes because we taking care of this child.
Right.
If you go out here and marry this woman and make $1 million and think you just going to leave this bitch in the dust because you got a new bitch you fucking, she going to get half your money. Men made laws to protect women from loose dicks because we know how loose our dick is.
Now think about this. If you start looking on social media, you start looking at the majority of people who are speaking out against child support, the crazy thing is women.
You know, women always wake up 50 years too late, though.
But I mean, like, here's the thing, though, right? Are they really waking up or are they going back to sleep? Because here's the deal.
They waking up and realizing I need that daddy around more than I need that fucking money.
This is what I'm saying, right? Child support, right? Child support should be for men who are not willing to take care of their kids.
Like a man should be able to say, I ain't want no baby by this bitch. I told her I'm gonna pay her this much a month, so I don't have to be in the picture.
Well, here's the problem.
That's what I think child support should be like.
Here's the problem with child support, right? And to be honest with you, a lot of dudes ain't paying shit on child support, and it costs more than what they paying. If a woman has a kid,
the state get paid to collect child support.
Yes, they do. They take like 3% of whatever you're paying child support.
So they quick to put a motherfucker on child support.
I'm not on court order child support.
Let's talk about this real quick, because I got a real man right here. And I want to caveat, because I fuck with my nigga right here. This is a modern masculine man. Now, me and this guy are totally different, but we regular men. I call this guy a weirdo. I call this guy the weirdo. But we just alike in so many ways because we men. We modern masculine men. We going to step up. We going to do what the fuck we supposed to do. Now, this is the question I want to have you ask you. And I want to say this first. Every guy I know is not on child support.
Right.
I don't fuck with niggas who bitch put them on child support. But look, let me explain to you. It's not a choice. It's just happenstancely, Jamal, that the type of nigga I fuck with, and I'm gonna say this, and I like this. People get mad with me when I said know how to handle his bitch, a quarterback is bitch. That's just me talking nigga talk, but they hate it. So I'm gonna say it in a different way. Every man I know that get to come in my house that I'm cool with, know how to co-parent and communicate with his woman where she don't put him on child support. Now let me explain what I mean real quick, and then I want you to answer how you maneuver this shit, because I think men are making these bitches more evil than they are, and they just not doing right.
Go ahead and say what you're saying.
I feel like if a man get pregnant, a woman, it's so many niggas don't know how to communicate. If the bitch start yelling, you can't see your kid, they yell back. Or if you don't give me no pussy, I ain't paying no money. I feel like if a man is a modern day masculine man, if you was fucking your girl, if you can provide financially to help her, I feel like a bitch won't bother you. I want to understand from you, if you was to say to a man, how do you co-parent and avoid being on child support? What's the secret? Don't go into all that. Just tell me. Give them some practical advice.
For me, it was just sitting down and having a conversation and talking.
Look at the camera. So these niggas out here, because I think these niggas making these bitches so evil, but they don't know how to communicate.
I'm gonna get to that.
Go ahead.
But for me, it was sitting down and having a discussion and understanding, like, I don't want the law, the government in my business. And if we have to go to court, we're gonna get 50-50 custody. A lot of guys don't do.
But you was in a position to do that, and that takes money for a lawyer, education, knowledge.
No, it doesn't take money for a lawyer. You can do all this stuff yourself.
But what I say next, knowledge. Yeah. You got that. Yeah. Most niggas ain't got that.
Hey man, everybody got a phone. They got Google.
I know that, but explain to these men why you and your baby mama get along and you don't have to be on child support. Break it down clear to them.
I'm not going to argue. Like, you got to understand, a lot of these men are raised by women, so they raised with an argumentative attitude. They're going to go back and forth and argue with a woman.
And that's what I believe.
I'm not going to argue with her, and I'm not going to have it. Like, if she call me and yell or whatever, I'm going to hang up the phone because I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm going to ignore the phone call until she's, you know what I'm saying, then set
ready
down
to fucking talk.
And she call me, text me or whatever, and then we'll have a conversation.
Wow. That's amazing.
So that part. But there are some men out here, like I'll give you an example. I have a cousin who was taking care of his baby mama. He's paying the car note. Mm-hmm. He was paying the rent. He was paying the light bill, water bill, and making sure his kids had everything, the truck driver.
Yeah.
Right? Now she was going to college.
Mm-hmm.
When she graduated college, she kind of figured
she good.
I can still get the same money from him and put him on child support. He's like, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this, and you still going
some vindictive shit.
She feels because he's paying probably about like $1,800 a month, she can get more money.
That's a lot of goddamn money to give a woman for a child. But
but it wasn't given to her. It was paid. He paid the rent of her apartment. He paid the car note.
That means her money she spend how she wants. That's given to her.
She was in college, right?
Yeah.
So he's paying all this stuff, right? So then she kind of figured, I can pocket this now because I got my nursing degree. I'm straight. I can maneuver this.
Child support ain't gonna make that man pay no $1,800 a month.
Exactly. So he go to court. He take all his receipts, everything or whatever, right? He's like, I've been paying this. I've been paying this. I've been paying this. No lawyer. The judge looks at everything and says, well, ma'am, you're entitled to 6.
Can I interrupt you? I'm glad you sniffed. When it's hot in here, the humidity make you sniff. Some motherfucker said to me, you on cocaine. I heard you sniffing on your podcast. So I'm glad you did that because I don't want motherfuckers to think I'm on cocaine. Nah. But go ahead. It's hot. But, it's hot than a motherfucker.
It is in this garage.
Yeah.
So the judge looked up on his doc. He said, you know what? You're only going to be $600 a month. Why you only gotta pay that much? He been paying for my car note, whatever. He's like, ma'am, he's not obligated to pay for any of your living expenses. He's only obligated to take care of the kids. So another problem that a lot of men don't understand are, like, if you go and get 50-50 custody, man, you are not obligated to pay child support.
Let me ask you something, and this is some real shit. My brother had a baby on his wife. right? And this is what I think it boils down to. The cool kids or the guys that are likable for whatever reason, if your bitch ever liked you, really, really liked you, she ain't gonna put you on no motherfucking child support. Now, if she was fucking you for money or something, now listen to what I'm saying. Get what I'm saying. My brother had a baby on his wife. She said, well, they was engaged. Now, hey, if you looking, boo-boo, don't get mad at me. I'm telling your story, motherfucker. You did it. God damn it. You did it. What the fuck? You my brother. I'm telling your story. His fiance found out he had a baby on her. She still got married to him. Once they got me, he was like, look, if you're going to still marry me, I'm the type of nigga, I'm going to take care of my kid. I ain't had no daddy growing up. I'm going to do right, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? So she like, yeah, I'm going to still marry you. I'm going to still marry you. I remember being over their house one day. We sipping, I'm cooking on the grill. We getting drunk. And my brother told his wife, I need to put this in my comedy show. He said, I'm about to go get my daughter, bring her over for the family. She was like, won't nobody this. She said, I ain't leave you, but that don't mean I want her around me and da. My brother said, he said, bitch, if I tell you to grow titties and breastfeed her, you gonna goddamn do it. It was just so funny. Let me make the point. Yeah. My brother was saying, bitch, if you with me, I don't give a fuck if I had a side baby on you. If I tell you to fucking figure out a way to breastfeed her, you gonna goddamn do it. Yeah. That bitch shut up. But now, let me make my point. Your baby mama really liked you, and y'all made a mistake. I when a bitch fucking a nigga for money or such and such, they gonna try to get money for you. That woman won't fucking you for money, so she ain't trying to get money for you. What you think about that?
At the same time, it could be within her upbringing of, like against abortions.
Like being against child support?
No, well, I'm just saying though, like you got some women that are just against child support because they're like, fuck it, I can do it by myself. I don't need shit from this motherfucker, right? Mm-hmm. You got some women that just don't believe in child support because they were raised that child support is bad or whatnot, right? And they don't even get shit for their kid from their daddy or whatnot. So it has to deal with the core of that woman as well.
Has your baby mama ever threatened to put you on child support?
Nah. She never had a reason to.
Now you see what I mean? Now listen to what I'm saying. I had a lot of niggas say a lot of shit. Now I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna sing it. I gotta say it. Pay what you weigh. You got to pay what you weigh.
But you know what? Here's the crazy part. Child support would have been cheaper.
Exactly.
A lot of dudes sitting here complaining about paying $50 a week in child support, $200 a month, right?
Yeah.
Daycare costs about $1,000 to $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
So you only paying $200 a month. If you was with that woman,
you would be paying so much more.
You would be paying so much more.
So what I'm saying is pay what you weigh. What I'm simply saying is money talk bullshit runs a marathon. When you're dealing with a woman and her feelings, I feel like any nigga that's screaming, I can't see my kid, this, all that, and the other, either he ain't financially providing or he ain't got enough money to fight her in the court system.
Or she's just that vindictive.
But if he can fight her in the court system, that vindictiveness can't do nothing. Because you just said you can get cussed.
I mean, they can fight in it, but they don't know, right?
So, or they don't want to spend that bread.
Yeah. And then, like you said, one time you said, if women started having babies and walking up to these men and said, look, well, I had this baby for you. Here you go. He going to say how much it's going to take for me to let you take care of that baby for me.
Explain what I said, because I think that's one of my greatest thing, but I don't want to stroke my own horn or worship the work.
So essentially, Javon was saying that women, when they start getting pregnant with these kids, take them up to the baby daddy, the man, and say, hey, this is your baby. Here you go. Take care of it. And these men will start coming out their pockets. Well, how much is it going to take for me to pay you to take care of that kid for me?
Because we don't want that motherfucker.
Because a lot of men don't want to be full-time fathers.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Having my daughter at a later age, I'm so happy for her and I'm so happy. But that's an obligation. Mm-hmm. So I can sit here on camera and say, I'm not that fucking happy, lovey. Sometimes I say, damn, this is the rest of her life. And even after I die, I got to make sure some shit set up.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'll take that back because you do have a daughter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Or even the reason you got your property in your son's name. If
something happens to me between now and let's say him graduating college,
yeah,
he's good.
Yeah.
Now, me and his mother are raising a responsible kid that understands responsibility and understanding like consequences, right?
Yeah.
So after you graduate college, I've never told my son, "Hey, follow your dream." I think that's the dumbest shit a parent could say.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Follow your passions. Mm-hmm. Because here's the deal. You follow your passions, a lot of times, the majority of the time, you're going to end up broke. You should be able to get a job that can fund your passions. My son wants to be a music producer. Get a degree in something that's going to make you enough money to be able to support your dream of being a music producer.
My son wants to be a music producer, rapper, all that shit. He got a degree in mass communications. He's working on his master's in that. And meanwhile, the nigga teaching now.
Right. So he's got money to fund his dreams, right?
Yeah.
So that means he don't need to depend on you. He don't need you for shit. Now, my goal is that by the time my son is in his 30s, he's making an exponential amount of money, regardless of what it is. You don't need your daddy.
Let me ask you something. And this is a correlation I've seen. All my friends mostly are friends I met in college. All them high school friends, that shit is dead. That's like, oh, I'm friends with you because your mama lived around the corner and you had a Tara and I had a Coleco vision and we shared.
Yeah.
The people that I met as an adult that I chose to be friends, like you, I chose to be your friend.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't like we live around the corner from each other and you had a basketball court and I didn't, and we just kind of happenstance. I chose to be your friend. You chose to be my friend as an adult.
Right.
My college friends. Question that I have for you. You've been to college.
Yeah.
Everybody I know that went to college that willy-nilly made babies seem to can get along. You know, in college, you got to take a child psychology class.
Yeah.
You got to, it's almost, I want you to think about the correlation, what I'm saying. All my friends have been to college and they don't have no problem with their baby mamas because their baby mamas been to college.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that college has something to do, whether it's one person went to college or two? Did your baby mama go to college?
Mm-hmm. That's what I know that.
You see what I mean? Speak on that. Because I've been trying to say low lives, and I don't want to be mean.
And you remember that baby? Remember I had an application, baby mama application.
Oh yeah, speak on that for me.
I still got it.
Because I definitely wanted to talk about that before we got off of here.
So I got an application. That's on my thing. It was, it was a joke, but it was some real shit. And I put like all these criterias. I said, looking for a woman to have a kid with. These are your criterias or whatever, right? And one of the criterias was must have a bachelor's degree, preferably a bachelor's in science. And
because the bitch got some sense. She can compute, calculate, and think logically. Bitch can have a degree in social work. That means she just feels.
Yeah.
I want to save kids. Yeah. If bitch got a bachelor's in science, that means she's doing some calculations, some logical work. Go ahead.
So the responses I got were mixed. So from the non-Black women, it was like, oh, really? Because I put like $40K a year, free place to stay, all this stuff.
No. Explain. He gonna pay the bitch. Make it clear to him.
Yeah. If you go on vacation, I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna be in my kid's life. If you want to go out and do whatever, I'm gonna be there to take care of my kid, right?
Yeah.
So the Black women were like, well, why she gotta have a college degree? and I quit.
Don't fill out the application. Don't read. Once you see college degree, stop. Keep scrolling. Why are you gonna change this man's qualifications?
And my simple reply was because I know she values education. I know that I'm not gonna have a dumb kid.
Yeah.
I know my kid's gonna have some type of sense.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna know the value of teaching the child early. So now my son is 15.
Yeah. He's
in the early college program. This year he's taking his college courses. This is 10th grade year. He's going to graduate with a 2-year degree, associates in science.
Like my goddaughter did the same thing.
So my homeboy's son is a year above my son. And I was telling my homeboy, he's like, yeah, he graduated and the year after next. I said, yo, it's crazy. I said, because my son's gonna graduate college before yours. He said, how you figure? I said, because he's in the early college program. He's gonna graduate.
Which one are you in?
What you mean? He's at the community college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he actually goes to community college. He's never been to a high school. He's never been to a regular middle school.
My goddaughter went to the one at Central, Clementine, some.
Yeah,
whatever.
He's been in it since he was in middle school. My son is that far advanced because he never went to daycare. He spent time with his mom out in the parks and doing stuff and seeing nature. When the kid jumps in the puddle, right? A kid learns physics. That's physics. That's the laws of physics. They keep jumping up and down. They realize, they be like, how did this happen? And they keep jumping up and down. They know the harder they jump, the more ripples it makes. They understand the laws of gravity. They understand mathematics. They start to understand the world from a different perspective versus in the class. Okay, was 1 + 1. They don't understand 1 + 1.
Yeah, and they don't know how to read. They just singing words.
They just singing
A,
words.
B, C. So let me ask you this. As you get older as a man, because women, when they turn 40, well, anything after 35, they call it a geriatric pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, having your son and watching him grow, because I can only assume you made the ad for a woman to have a baby, blah, 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 because the first time it wasn't playing like you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So having watched your son grow and raise him, do you feel any type of unction to want more kids?
At one point when I was like probably about 36, 37, I started like, maybe I have another kid. Then once I got over 40, I was like, fuck no. I'm almost free. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you be fucking raw. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. I do. I put the Plan B in the orange juice. I be like, hey girl. I be like, girl, I got Plan B orange juice for you.
And look, and that's so smooth. People don't realize people like us. This nigga will cook a bitch a breakfast the next morning. And she be laying there like, oh, he made eggs, sausage, croissants, and everything.
I tell him.
I'm joking with
I know, I feel you, but I don't want y'all to think that I'm doing some unconsensual shit.
He reversed Bill Cosby.
I'd be like, hey, look, because I have these discussions with women, saying, like, are you on birth control? Like, what's the situation?
Can I yeet you?
Like, I get tested every 3 months.
Yeah.
I make sure that they're tested.
You one of them guys.
Yeah, I'm one of them guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? I'm one of them guys.
What they call it, the Duke My Chart, where you can show your your health
if
records.
You don't know what the My Chart is, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
What's a My Chart? Never mind, we good.
Yeah, that mean you out there. You really out there. Like, let me see your My Chart. When your last STD test, all that shit.
Yeah.
So, man, before we get out of here, I'm going to try to bring in anybody who can comment on this situation, because I see my boy Steve Day up here. Steve Day is married now. Congratulations. Hey. And so if him and his wife have a kid, it's a total different thing. So I'm just trying to figure out. I want men, because I see this animosity between men and women on social media.
Yeah.
I want men to acknowledge, hey, none of this shit happens if you stop busting the hoes.
Right.
None of this shit happens. I ain't gonna say who it is. I just had a pregnancy situation with somebody I mentor. That's about 21. I've been mentoring him. He really felt bad coming to me because I've been telling him to watch out for this shit his whole life. And I've been telling him, in your youth, once you move in with a woman, she gonna have a baby. She gonna get pregnant, bro. Please, I've been telling him this shit. Control your seed. Yeah. Do not plant your and now he's in this situation. Yeah. He was crying. She already talking child support. She's already being vindictive.
Yeah.
Doing everything. He's a single parent mother. His mama calling the bitch, you don't do my son. Yeah. So he's already
worse.
Yeah, exactly. But he don't know.
Yeah.
He's already going through everything. And he keep on talking about her.
Yeah.
And I keep saying, you busting her, bro.
Yeah.
You busting her. That's the goddamn first step in the plan.
You
So
know?
if anybody want to come on, y'all click the link. Y'all can come on. If
Yeah.
not, we're gonna get out of here.
You know one thing, I gotta speak to Steve because I'm gonna tell you, Steve, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
You know, when Steve was always saying, you know how he always be like, oh man, he don't date black women. He date, you know what I'm saying? He said that so much that he actually had people believing that I don't date black women. That was crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was crazy to me.
What he really need to say is just he'll fuck a white bitch or a bitch from any race. Yeah.
I don't discriminate, but I used to fuck with him because he goofy. He always telling jokes. He in the middle of a serious conversation, he's always telling jokes.
Well, you got to think about it. You're a military guy, so you done been all around the world. So if you in Germany for 6 months, you fucking German bitches. If you in Italy 6 months, if you in fucking Korea, you gonna fuck what's around you. They can put you in the jungle in Africa. You'll fuck a tiger. They can put you in the jungle in India. You'll fuck a tiger after 6 months.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean? It's always a misconception though. You know, like when
look how he cleaned his face up to Steve. We don't give a fuck about you, Steve. You don't clean your face up for that nigga on our pod. Fuck Steve.
Huh? Nah, it's always
Steve said, fuck Steve.
It's just that it's the crazy thing because it's not just Steve. He said it, but it kind of got
it permeated through our group.
Because what happened was I met one of our friends, and it was already this.
You was trying to dick the friend.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But it was already this conception, this thing about me. That it was already like, oh, he ain't gonna like me anyway. So start talking reckless.
Whatever,
right? You start talking reckless. But it's like, you can't judge guys. If a man is dating a woman because of her race, I think that's some stupid shit. I think if race dictates who you date, I think that's some stupid shit.
Well, let's caveat about this. So say for example,
Rasmussen.
It's funny because you got some niggas that like light-skinned bitches.
Yeah.
Some niggas like dark-skinned bitches. But when a nigga want to jump ship because of a bitch's race, that's just a fetish.
No, I mean, like I hear a lot of the black dudes say, I only date white women because white women are nicer than black women.
Man, them bitches
are shit like that, right? I only date Asian. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say it because you're putting down another race or whatever, I think that's some stupid, silly shit because it's not all the black women. And a lot of times it's your ass.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to go on live saying this on record. I done bought pussy in 9 different countries. My passport is stamped in 9 countries. I done bought pussy in 9 different countries. All that other shit, bro. Any bitch that I fucked in other countries, I can find a black woman in America that's damn near twin with that bitch. The lightest bitch I fucked in Colombia, I know a bitch black woman I done fucked in America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So ain't nothing can top black women to me. Ultimately, we just men's having a good time when we outside of the country.
I don't know how other people feel about this, but I mean, like in all honesty, you constantly you're still paying for it, whether you look at it like that or not. When you go out on a date, you bring the chick over, and you smoking weed and drinking or whatever, right? You done provided everything. You still paying.
Of course.
Like it's just the idea. Like, you know what, last week this led me to this, right? Because of that, because we was talking about this and it brought up a trigger word you said. Last week you was talking about you trained, right?
Trained?
You was like, I
trained Chris. Yeah.
And I had a friend of mine, she said, why does he have to say train?
Your bitch train us. They train us.
Hold on. So I said, what is it? She's like, that word is just so. I said, why do you feel that way about this word, right? And she's like, because why you have to train somebody? I said, let me ask you something. I said, you ever took like a class?
Were they like groomed?
Hold on. I said, have you ever taken a class or whatever, like karate or whatever? I said, if people taking a karate class and they're going constantly, what do they say? The trainer, right?
Oh, bitch says she trained her hair. She don't got nothing to do with it.
But just talk about on human level, right?
Yeah.
Not inanimate objects, human level. I said, you go to karate class and you go in every day, you're training, right? She's like, yeah. I said, you go to the gym, you work out, you're training, right? She's like, yeah. I said, so why are you training? Because it's something that you're going back to constantly get better at.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so when he's saying I trained my wife, she kept coming back because she wanted to be a better wife for him.
And my wife trained me.
Right.
My wife trained me. When I first met my wife, she made more money than me, right? I was a school teacher. Then she wanted to go to college. She quit her job. I made all the money.
Yeah.
Right? But I used to fuck money up. My wife trained me in the sense, give me the money and let me handle the shit. Yeah. She trained me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand what's the fucking big deal about certain words we say.
Just like you said, groom. Just like you said, groom. I'm gonna tell you so. I had this woman, she hit me up. She like 48 or whatever, right? She hit me up. We talking or whatever. And I'm kind of like, you know, she's like, so what women you talk to or whatever? And I was like, I really don't discriminate against the women I talk to or not, right? She was like, so what's the youngest you date? I said 25. She said, now what would you want with a young woman for? What you gonna do for her?
Some pretty ass and good pussy.
Look, I said, well, what you want with a young buck for? You 48. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want? She's like, cause y'all be grooming these women. I said, well, when you call yourself 48 trying to holler at me? I'm 43.
Yeah.
I said, why are you talking to me?
And I'm younger.
I'm younger. You know what I mean? But it's okay when they want to do younger. I don't want to control no woman. I don't want to tell her what to do. I want a woman that can actually think for herself. But think logically, have common sense, have some sense about you.
Side note, before we get out of here, since you said that, I'm gonna get into a joke I'm working on for my comedy show. I ain't gonna get into it, but I'm gonna just point it out. I don't like them cougars because them cougars have white bath towels and white sheets. And I took a shower over that bitch house and her bathtub so clean, and I got to dry myself off. I thought my skin was goddamn coming off over there. Motherfucker, that bitch. I said, oh shit. Hey. That bitch came in the bathroom, and you know, when I finished, she done grabbed my rag and towel sheet. That old woman said, look at my rag and towel. I'm gonna have to throw that away. I said, God damn. I said, I need a bitch that like burgundy towels or shit color brown towels or some shit.
Yo, that's crazy because
was that funny?
Bro,
should I say that about comedy? Because you know them old bitches got them. And I left a little ass line of sweat on her after I got through fucking. I must have not showered my asshole out good on a sheet. That bitch called me. She said, I don't know if I can mess with you. That dick was good. She said, we got to get a hotel. I said, why? She said, when you got up, it was a shit streak on my white cheeks. Hey, you know I said, so crazy? Bitch, I just got out the shower.
Hey, how long? Hey, look.
Hey, should I put that in my comedy show, y'all?
Hey, look, you know what's so crazy about that? She'll probably listen to one of my motherfucking lives on Facebook. You know, I did a live back in 2010, said, hey, women, if you really want to know if a nigga ass clean, get some white towels and white sheets.
Hey, man. I thought I had rubbed the skin off my legs. That bitch bathed me so good. That bitch bathed me one night. We done got in the tub one night, and this bitch bathing me, rubbing my feet and shit. I'm like, oh shit, I'm clean as a motherfucker. When I got out the tub, that bitch looked around. She seen the ring around the tub. She said, oh hell no. I said, bitch, you was scratching shit off my feet. I don't wash the bottom of my motherfucking feet. Do you wash the bottom of your feet?
Yeah, I do.
I don't wash the bottom of my feet. I'm the type of nigga, I don't shave it. I don't shower every day. So that bitch showed me I was a dirty motherfucker.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? I was surprised you didn't tell her, girl, it's just my skin color coming out.
Hey, listen, bro. That goddamn white towel was so fluffy and done right with that bleach and hand wash. She done scrubbed that bitch on the scrubbing board. Listen, that motherfucker was exfoliating shit off me I ain't never seen. Let's read this. Go ahead and read that.
Currently, American white women are better than American black women because the current American white race is better than the current American black race. They got the money, fam, and the safe neighborhoods, and they own all the health facilities and gyms. They are better than us all together. White youth are behaving better than black youth. White schools are doing better than black schools. And you know what?
Side note, don't never let this nigga read on camera again.
Side note, whoever that is.
That sound like some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's some big time.
Sound like some bullshit. And you know
bullshit.
what's so crazy? I done seen this nigga's name on my shit so many times, and he said some great shit. But you know what? I get his point.
I think he's African.
Look. White folks are doing better than black folks in America.
Oh,
it's always been fucking like that.
Okay.
But the way he broke it down, I think that's some passport brother bullshit. I don't know. I'm just saying, and I love the guy.
You be honest. If we do it,
ask the nigga, is he African?
Hey man, are you African, Jamaican, or Haitian? Which one
are you? African, Jamaican, or Haitian?
Or like other, like But you know what? If we do an actual test, when we put it, you know how you doing statistics, where they make it based off. It might be like 78% white people.
Yeah.
But then they look at the overall or whatever.
Yeah.
In all honesty, no, we're actually doing better. They just have a higher population of people.
Exactly.
We are doing way better.
Hey, Jaffe, is you African, Haitian, Jamaican, or non? He said, I'm black down south.
Oh, he Uncle Ruckus.
Don't say that. Don't say that. This guy's a great guy. This guy might have sent me a cash app before.
Hey, look, they ain't got nothing to do with you. This guy, I said that.
He said that shit, man.
My
cash app is the Master Tisha Jaffe Jofa. Don't let this coon nigga.
Hey, I be a coon. You know what a coon was? A coon was a runaway slave. A lot of people
I'm just joking.
No, you can call me it because a coon. See, we've changed definitions, right? We switched up definitions, but a coon was really a runaway slave.
Hey, look, let me test out another joke for my show. I'm gonna talk about as I get older, right? And y'all tell me, can I work on this? Mike said wipes are essential. Now, when we was growing up, they ain't had no fucking ass wipes.
They had cotton leaves.
Yeah, exactly. We wiped our ass with toilet tissue, paper. I remember we ain't get toilet tissue all the time.
I remember we went kept and wiped our ass with leaves. That was the first wipe I ever used. We dipped in some water.
So
it was
this grown ass man talking to me. He said, "You ain't got no wet wipes." I said, "Only time I ever got wet wipes was I was fucking a hole from Backpage, and the bitch gave me some wet wipes to wipe my dick off and to pull the rub off." So he's talking about now they got flushable ass wipes. He's younger than me. He said, "What do you do if you leave the basketball court and you done shit it and you get your dick sucked?" I said, "The bitch just smell the ass sweat, the little sweat that I left on the old lady's." So I'm testing a joke out.
Hey.
When I was younger, is it that you need wet wipes as you get older? As you get older, do the shape of your asshole change? Because when we was younger, we had a system for wiping our ass. We get the tissue, we get it like this, one wipe, fold. Now I was a dirty motherfucker, I might smell it. Double wipe, fold again.
That's how you
3 wipes, fold. And then it's like, okay, soon as you don't see no shit on the wipe, you say, what? I'm done.
I don't know, man. Who taught you how to wipe your ass?
Hey, man, I had to learn on my own. I'm a 4-wipe nigga.
So
4 wipes won't get all the shit out my ass now.
You know how I get the tissue? I wrap it around my hand and then I ball it up and I wipe one time and I throw it in and then I grab some more tissue and I roll it around my hand and I wipe again.
Now we couldn't afford all that.
I wipe again.
Boy, you'd have got your ass beat in my house. But my mom would have said, "Boy, how much goddamn tissue do it take to wipe a man's ass?"
You know what my daddy said? "Boy, y'all got some horse asses around here," because that's how I was using the tissue.
Yeah.
I mean, even to this day, dude, I go out and I buy like the big ass.
But do you got wet wipes?
Yeah, I got wet wipes. Now I do. You know
the flushable ones.
I got the flushable ones.
Who taught you about them?
You know what? I was at a chick house and she had no toilet tissue. She had wet wipes.
Yeah.
And I went and I was like, "Where your toilet tissue at?" She said, "I got some wet wipes." I said, "What the fuck they do?" She said, "You just use them to wipe your ass with," right? So and it was real soft.
Did it feel funny? Because the first time I used the wet wipe, I was over a bitch house and I wasn't used to them. So when I went to wipe my ass, my finger went in my ass and slipped through it. And I had shit on my hand. I was mad. I cussed that bitch out. I was, "Bitch, look at this shit. I wasn't used to it." She said, "No, you got to wipe. You can't go up in your ass like tissue."
Yeah, I wiped it. I was just changing a baby diaper. So I wipe, so do you wipe front to back or back to front?
Pussy to ass. You don't want to give them BB.
I'm just asking, but I like, saying like
I wipe my ass. I don't wipe my tank meat. That nigga asked me, "Do I wipe?"
I mean, some people
I don't wipe the space between my nuts and my ass.
But no, saying like, you know what? It felt like a handheld bidet.
I've been to Japan and you sit on the thing, they shoot the water.
That's a bidet.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
So I'm gonna tell you.
That's why I said it. I didn't know what it was called, a bidet, but I knew in Japan. And look, I felt violated.
I got to Italy, right? And I got my first apartment.
Why are we talking about this? We gotta be finna get off now. We just fucking off. Go ahead.
But it's some serious shit though. It's some real shit because somebody learning something right now. I got the Italy.
It's a nigga right here now learning. He like ass wipes.
Yeah.
What?
What's a fucking bidet? So I get the Italy, right? I get my first apartment.
Chris, can you bring me one more beer? Because we fucking off now.
I get my first apartment, right? And I get in the bathroom and I see this little miniature toilet. I'm like, what the fuck, this little thing? This must be a pee in or whatever, right? Yeah. But I was like, I got a big toilet right here, so I ain't gonna pee in this. So I went out and I bought a bunch of fucking potpourri. Yeah. And I filled this thing up with potpourri so my bathroom would smell real good and shit or whatever, right? Yeah. So my girlfriend came over, Italian chick. She came in, she walked in my bathroom. She was like, where you going? Like, she going crazy and shit, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, what? You know, I don't know what the fuck she mad at. And she was like, but this is not for that. I was like, what this for? She's like, it's to wipe ass. And I'm like, huh? So she demonstrates this shit. And I see the water shoot up and hit her in the crack of the ass. I was like, nah, I'm good, dog. I was like, that was some gay shit.
I didn't like it because when the water, if you never been on a real one.
I hadn't tried it yet, though. Yeah. In my mind, I'm like, ain't nothing shooting up my ass.
No, I didn't like it either. And I'm going to be honest why I didn't like when that water shot up my ass, it was like a sharp stream.
Yeah, I seen that.
And it made me say, hee. You remember the guy, what's they call it, the Pillsbury Doughboy? Yeah. He said, man, that shit hit me. I was sitting there on the stool, and all of a sudden that shit hit me. I said, what the fuck is that? And I was like, hee. I sat back down on that motherfucker. I said, oh, shit, I don't like that. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't like it. Overall, it makes the shit in your ass get watery. So it's like
you got white good, nigga.
I'm used to thick shit. I ain't used to watery shit. But we gonna get out of here, man.
Look, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
How old are you now?
45.
45.
How old are you?
I'm 43.
Oh, okay.
Hey man, so you have
my son.
You at the age you at the age of the was it the colonoscopy.
My brother just had one. I think they said you got to be 50 unless cancer running your family.
Man, look, my doctor been saying, boy, you know, you almost getting right there. Yeah. I said, man, dog. I said, how, you know, when I started asking about it, he said, well, you know, we give you this and flush your, we do this and flush your system
out. I'm out of beer, y'all. I'm sad.
He said, we do this and we flush your system out, and then we take a camera and we stick it up. I said, nah, dog, I think I'm good.
You need it, bro.
Oh, listen, man, don't tell me what I fucking need. I'm telling you, I don't need shit. I was like, bro, I'm good, man. I don't think I feel comfortable with that. I don't think I can deal with that. You know, I had to take a suppository, man. And you know, it took me 2 weeks to get the tip in there. I was just letting it sit between my cheeks and melt.
I don't want to hear that. Listen, back to the colonoscopy. My brother, like 53, he said that nigga went and got his shit about 9 o'clock that morning. He called me that evening. He said, man, I'm going to just come over and get fucked up and get drunk, man, spend the night at your house. I ain't going to work tonight. I said, it was that bad. He was like, yes.
That motherfucker slept in the fetal position.
That nigga that came over, he said, man, I'm going to just get drunk, come over your house, get drunk, man. I ain't going to work. I said, he said, man, that shit was hard.
He would be one of them, he probably was a nigga sitting in the corner like this with the strap on.
When that nigga said he used to let the smartest, I remember I had hemorrhoids when I was goddamn about 19, 20 in college, and I'm with my man, and you know how it's, you don't know what's going on, and my man, he like, what's wrong with you? And I'm saying all this shit, and I'm like, man, it just feels different. He like, man, you probably got hemorrhoids, man. My mama, I had them before. Let my mama look. Now his mama like 45. She like, boy, you got hemorrhoids? Come on here, let me look at your asshole. And I'm sitting here like, man, I don't want this man mama to look at my asshole. You know what I'm saying? Plus his mama old and fine. If I pull my pants down, I'm going to be hard in front of her. So she like, boy, just been on. I done seen so many things. I'm a nurse, blah, blah. I done been over. She looking at my asshole. She's like, yeah, you got hemorrhoids. You got hemorrhoids. She done touched the shit. She go to put the little shit in my ass, man, and it seemed like it melted right on the edge of my ass. She said, your asshole hot. I said, God damn, this old lady putting this shit. But she wasn't old. She was about 40 something. I'm in college and I'm young. Back in the day, when you 20 or 45-year-old woman, you think this. But my meat then got hard, and I'm sitting there saying, God damn, this lady. Hey, man, let's get out of here, man.
Just on the side note,
make the shit go left.
Just another on the side note, I always felt when I was younger, I used to mess with a lot of older women.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I always felt, and even to this day, I still feel that like older women are for younger dudes.
Of course.
Because they like all of your stuff, women fuck with men based off experience, right? Men fuck with women based off lack of experience.
Yeah.
So where do you get your experience? I got the majority of my experience from older women.
You know what's funny that we're saying side talk, because we just fucking off. We high now. I like women my age. I'm going to tell you why. Fucking a 25-year-old girl, they think they pussy's supposed to be tight at that age. So they'll squeeze it and try to do all that Kegel shit. I be like, bitch, relax. I want some big, good shit. I want some big pussy that I can fucking move in every angle in.
I ain't never had that experience.
I like women my age, man. I don't like younger girls. I swear to God.
Hey, you know why I don't like women my age? Like in their 40, like 42, 43, 44? Because a lot of them like old women now.
Yeah.
They like old women. You know,
they ain't gonna ride no dick, period.
Man, look, it'd be like, yo, let's go do this. Oh, I want to do this.
It's hot.
It's hot. Or whatever, right? They don't want to do a lot of shit that I like. Let's go Sky. I ain't doing
no shit. I ain't doing no shit like that.
But I'm just saying though, right?
Man, you an old bitch to go Sky.
No, I'm just saying though. But then when I start like the hairdos and stuff, a lot of them get hairdos like my grandma.
Yeah.
And I just be feeling like I'm talking to my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like even their heels are turning into wedges.
Man, I like a bitch that can cook them neck bones and rice with them onions in it, rice, chicken gizzards with them goddamn.
Hey, you know what?
Hot sauce and vinegar. I like a bitch my age that'll make a biscuit. You know what I'm saying? I just like a bitch my age because a bitch my age know at my age I'm frustrated with life. I got to fuck your brains out. I want to fuck you as hard as I can when not crazy? The whole time, but when I get ready, I'm gonna fuck you hard as I can. And that young girl won't let you put your whole dick in her.
I don't know what young girls. I don't know who you dealing with, but I don't have too many issues like that with them.
I don't like no young bitch.
And then plus, you know, like I go about 3 or 4 times.
Let me tell you a quick story before we get out of here. You can have the last story. I was fucking this young girl at one time, and the crazy shit was I taught her in high school 11th grade English, straight up, and I never did nothing inappropriate anything. But when I was cooking food, she was about 25, 26. She then came to me, bought some food. Mr. Clark, da-da-da-da-da. I always liked you, looking at your slacks. I'm grown now. You gonna fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Because in my mind, I'm like, I've been a man to you, a father figure. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want you to look down on black men. That motherfucker dropped them clothes in front of me and let me see that body. Them goddamn titties was sitting up. I said, God damn. I said, okay, we can do it. She said, I said, what you want to do? I'm thinking, because she young and stupid. I said, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? She said, I want a room at the DoubleTree where they got them cookies. I said, I can do that. I thought you wanted to go to the Omni and upstairs or some shit, some fly shit. That bitch said, I want a room at the DoubleTree where they got them cookies. So I booked the room, right? And, you know, before you go to the room, I'm like, yo, you want anything out of the store? She was like, yeah, get me 2 peach Arizona iced tea, a sour gummy patch, and some meat skins.
You got 15-year-old.
Yeah. So I go to the store. I don't even realize what's happening. I done got 2 Arizona peach teas, 1 sour gummy, 1 sweet gummy, a 40 of OE so I can get drunk quick, and a pack of rubbers. The lady said, you sure you want all this shit? I said, yeah, what you talking about? She was like, sir, if you got somebody young with you, you just need to just not do this because you can go to jail tonight. Boy, that shit hurt my feelings so goddamn bad, right? And then when I got into the room, she had sent me some pictures of her, like, you know how when a bitch faces the TV and she riding you from the back? Boy, she had sent me some pictures dancing to a Chris Brown song. That shit looked so good to me. She said, once the shit got going, I said, turn around, do me like that. She said, I got to get loose first. I thought she meant loose, like, you know, in her mood. I said, you want some smoke or something? She was like, nah. You got to do it to me missionary style to get me loose first. I can't take it like that from the back like that. And then when she turned around and faced that way, it was terrible. And I was so mad because this bitch just sent me this shit. And I'm thinking about her doing that Chris Brown on me. She talking about, I ain't loose yet. But that's man, why are we talking like
man?
You got the last story. We're gonna get out of here. We just fucking off now. Hey, look, don't hold us against it.
Yeah.
This nigga drinking water. He shouldn't even be going there with me.
Hey, this is just imagine if I was smoking and drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'd be talking about my little alien people that's made out of vaginas, hands, or penises. But nah, listen,
that shit was terrible. That motherfucker looked so good and was so yellow and pretty. That pussy won't worth a damn.
Hey man, you know what? I don't know. Like your experiences are very, very different from the ones I've had.
You just be hard pre-coming because they so young.
Well, nah, it's not even.
You be pre-coming on the way over there.
Nah. You know why? But you know what I learned? Because I gotta have women who know what the fuck they like. They gotta ask for certain shit.
Yeah.
I gotta have a chick, and she like 25, 30, 35. She got even 40. She got asked to get stretched out because you can only give a woman so much dick. You can only fuck her, but so good. Because if you fuck her beyond just that right there, and you take it, she only used to get like 5 or 6 inches, and you take it deeper, and she started crying.
The old lady said, "Don't let him hit your bottom."
It's over. It's over because now you got a problem because she wasn't ready for it. You gotta be strategic on how much dick you.
And that's why no young girl ain't worth. I want somebody my age that can understand.
Let me explain something.
The bitch already got a criminal record. She ain't gonna cut no ties. She ain't gonna act no fool.
Hey, look, I've witnessed more women in their 40s that have never had a big dick. And then what I mean is anything more than 6 or 7 inches.
Somebody said, man, I dropped my phone at pre-coming on the way over there. Yeah, you know how it is. You know, I done been over a girl house. You know how you go over a girl house? And that's why we talk about foreplay and all that shit. That shit ain't real. The bitch want to fuck you, she want to fuck you. I done went over a girl house. She done had on a little lingerie, and you can see the line of ash down her legs where she done been dripping, and she done tried to wipe it off, and you can see like a line, the rag print, and then the rest of the line. I'm like, baby, you done try to wipe that slime off your leg before I get over here. That's how it be. When you you pre-coming on the way over there, goddamn it, leaking. Yeah. I'm leaking like a stuck hog on the way over.
But you still gotta be careful because like them. Hey, look.
Boy, man. You ever seen a hog get killed or stuck? Boy, I'm leaking like a stuck hog on the way to that bitch.
You ain't got no sense whatsoever. This man got no sense. Hey, y'all make sure y'all cash out. Had $, the master teacher, because
if y'all want to bless us, y'all can hit the master teacher.
He needs that.
I need it because I'm going crazy, y'all.
He needs some help. He seriously talking about.
You wrap us up. You wrap us up because we gonna get out of here. Ultimately, as fatherhood.
Hey, I'm gonna
you wrap up the discussion.
Honestly, for you guys out there that got kids that aren't active in your kid's life and want to be, but you're being withheld. Hey, man, look up child custody laws. Start looking at going to court and fighting for at least 50-50 custody.
Now, I'm one of them guys out here listening to the podcast in that situation. You know what my response is? This nigga want me to read some shit.
Right, you're right. I do want you to read something, elevate your mind. I want you to do some work. You know, because I hate when the motherfuckers say, show me the proof or whatever. I'm like, you got the same
goddamn phone I got.
Yeah. Why do I gotta go and show you this? Motherfucker, go get your lazy ass up and Google that shit. Child custody laws in wherever state you stay in. You can always get custody 50-50, whatever, however you want to set it up. So there's no excuse on why you don't have custody of your kids. Now, I'm gonna tell you something now. If that woman called the law on them, and she ever this is why a lot
that's
of
your
women,
black ass. He done beat the bitch. If you beat your bitch, it don't work.
No, even if he ain't never put hands on her, right? Now I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of guys out there that have had the police called on them and been accused of domestic violence, and it's on your record, but you were
dismissed or found innocent.
Now you can go to the court and get it removed. You have to go to the court and which it happened, get the paperwork and show that it was dismissed, go to the police department and go to that judge and have them remove it from your record. But if you have any of those type of domestic violence and abuse or whatever on your record, you will not get custody of your child, but you will have visitation, supervised visits. So
when I went to get some handguns, I always been a rifle shotgun nigga. But when I went to get some handguns, if you didn't hit a bitch, you can't get a handgun, bro. Straight up.
You can't because it's domestic violence. But if it's on your record and it was dismissed, you can get it removed and you can get your weapon. You can get your, you know what I'm saying, you can get your permit.
Well, as y'all seen, that has Cash App, that Master Teacher, if y'all want to bless the live, bless the show. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate y'all for staying tuned in, tapped in, turned on.
Enzo, stop being so negative, Nancy, man. Stop being the Black Karen.
Look, we actually done been on damn near 2 hours. I see how these niggas had these podcasts because we started off serious and then we got to tripping. But I appreciate y'all. What we gonna do? 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? Because what we want to do is figure out a consistency.
Let's do 3 because I go to the gym usually around about 10 or 11.
Man, fuck your gym. This nigga lying. He don't go to the gym. No. So 3 o'clock Sundays. Jamal and Javon. I'm gonna say your name first because I don't want to seem like I want to be the hog of the show.
He said Javon and Jamal. He said you're gonna say my name first. Ain't that some shit?
I just said Jamal and Javon.
No, you said Javon and Jamal.
Hold up. Let's ask the question. Let's ask the crowd. Crowd, did I say Jamal and Javon or Javon and Jamal? What did I say first? We gonna wait on this.
Let's see who's all paying attention.
Okay. And whatever the crowd said, we going for. Whoever's right is right, and whoever goddamn wrong is wrong. The first time I said it, did I say Jamal and Javon or Javon and Jamal?
Hey, sometimes I wish I could see.
Oh, let's listen. We got a mic. Mike gonna go against me first anyway. I said Jamal first.
Just gonna go with
Mike,
you anyway.
No, Mike tell me, no, watch. I know I said Jamal first. Mike tried to tell me I ain't 6'6". Now
you 6'6".
Look, let's look at the crowd.
You 6'5" and a half.
Mike said Javon and Jamal. I know Mike gonna go against me.
And I know Chris gonna go with you.
No, Chris ain't gonna lie, because Chris like to catch me wrong. See, you see CC, Jamal, man, Mark, Jamal.
That's because y'all like Javon. No,
don't accuse them of being like that. Look, that nigga said he's 6'4".
He's 6'5" and a half.
Look,
man.
See how he did me? I'm 6'6" and a quarter, goddamn it. Look, let's look at I said Jamal. I know I did. Because I specifically said
that's because we got 23 people on here and all 23 of them. Well, 22 of them in your group.
So you're gonna accuse them of being liars because you goddamn heard it wrong. Maybe you felt a certain way.
Maybe
thought I
was
gonna say you did. Now look, let's look at a few more.
Ain't nobody else gonna comment. It's 24 people in here, and only 3 people been commenting the whole time.
Watching somebody. We need 2 more comments. And look, we can always go.
See, Chris retracted. Thank you, Chris. You're wrong.
She said we both try. Hey, bitch, you better goddamn side for me. Don't get turn it when the Jamal leaves.
Chris.
Jamal ain't here to protect you.
Every time I see her name, I always think because my sister's name is Christina Clark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So it's like every time, like I seen the message when she had sent me the message, I was like, why is my sister thanking me? And then I was like, oh yeah, stupid, silly.
Negro, I don't always go against. I will agree with you most of the time. Cap. Let me type it. I hate when this nigga in the inbox type cap. That shit pissed me off because it's a young boy word. Well, he ain't young, Mike, but 30. But I hate when they generation can pop they shit on me. It's like them saying cap, and it's like if I'm capping, I hate that I get caught capping because I cap. We all capping. As you call it.
Man, Mike. Damn, Mike, he ain't going with us this year.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, fam.
Hop, put your IG up, man, if you still in here.
We appreciate y'all, fam. We love y'all. Y'all tune in Sundays at 3 p.m. Me and Jamal, Jamal and I are going to be talking about whatever the fuck we decide. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we want to say y'all before we get out of here.
Peace out.
We're going to have to come up with a song or something to say when we